On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And we're back, baby.
And better than ever.
Healthy.
Wealthy. And wise.
And wise. This is the new Us 2023 version. How's it sound, guys?
I think it sounds pretty good.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Baby. Oh my God. We are truly riding a high right now because both of us were taken out for like 2 weeks being sick. We don't want to fucking talk about being sick anymore. We know you guys are sick of hearing it.
And we're sorry if we were so sick last episode that it just was boring.
We were talking about that. We were like, I called Madison because we both usually will like do like a quick listen of the episode after we get the edited version. And we're like, oh yeah, okay. I called her this morning and I was like, hey, girly, was this episode boring?
I was like, yes.
I think it was like, it wasn't that it was boring. Like I really liked what we talked about.
Same.
But we just had such low energy. We were feeling just defeated. Like, are we ever going to be out of this weird, sick world? And
I know.
Guess what?
Guess what?
We pushed through. We
Listen,
persevered.
That is a testament to us, okay?
How about our work ethic?
Wow, our willpower.
Oh, give it up for our work ethic. Thank you. Oh, come on. Oh, let us sit down.
God.
Let us sit down. Let us sit down.
Oh my God.
No, really. I mean, you guys know how it is. When you come out of like a weird period of not feeling like yourself for a couple weeks and then all of a sudden you're back to normal, it's like the most euphoric
It is.
feeling. I almost feel manic. Like,
I don't feel that way.
no.
No.
I feel really like hyper. It's nice to have like my energy back.
Yes.
And it's nice that you have your energy back. And we have just been just moving and shaking tonight. And I'm
moving and shaking, baby.
chaotic show maybe, and that's fine. No, I love it. I love this time of year too. I've been getting together with friends, doing little dinners here and there. I went back to Crossroads last night.
You've been going there a lot lately.
I have. I was there a couple nights ago with some friends, and then I was there last night. You know, the only thing I'll say about Crossroads is that valet always tries to trick you there because they want cash, which I get, but I just never have cash on me. I'm horrible at remembering to take cash out, and they take card. But the past 2 times that I've been there, the card reader for the valet hasn't been working. Yeah, can we put some sad music behind this? The card reader at Crossroads Valley has.
Oh, God, I love how relatable you are.
Yes. Last time they let me just manually enter my credit card on the thing. And this time they were like, yeah, it's not working. And I said, can I manually enter my credit card? And he's like, yeah, I guess you can do that. And I said, all right, sir. We can't do a compromise. I hate not having cash, especially when it comes to tipping. I hate tipping through credit card for people because I spent a lot of my life living off tips.
Yeah.
And food is always so delicious. Last night, they actually had their holiday special still. It was latkes with truffle.
Ooh, with truffle?
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, Crossroad is a restaurant in LA. They actually have, I think, 3 locations now. There's the one we go to, which is on Melrose, and then there's one in Calabasas. Okay. And then there's a 3rd one in Vegas.
I didn't know that.
Yes, they opened up like a satellite restaurant in Vegas, I guess, but it's all 100% vegan and it's delicious.
I hate when people are like, oh, you wouldn't know it's vegan. Because I'm like, vegan food's not gross, but you literally feel like you're really eating like real cheese. You know?
Well, and I got the spicy rigatoni, which I always get as my entree there because it's delicious.
I always get the kale salad there and I always order 2. I'm like, can I have another one, please?
Hi, 2, please. We don't believe in tapas. Don't mess with me.
God, no.
No, but it's always a good night eat. So highly recommend.
Highly, highly recommend. So good.
I know. It's just also exciting to be able to go out to restaurants and feel normal, not being sick.
Oh my God. You know what else was so fun and euphoric?
What? Tell me, girly.
Getting dressed up, actually wearing high heels, and getting picked up by you.
Mm-hmm.
I had a hot toddy, and we went to go see Luann.
The Countess. We went to the Countess Cabaret. We didn't get to tell you guys about that yet.
Yeah.
A real hoot, and just as mesmerizing as the last time we saw her a couple months ago.
I know.
It was so much fun. She had some Christmas hits. She pulled out the bongos.
She was beating those things like nobody's business.
Like they killed her family.
So talented.
Oh, she is a multifaceted personality.
Listen, guys, she closed the show in a fedora. I don't know what else to say.
What more could you ask for?
Okay.
Just a middle-aged housewife playing the bongos in a fedora.
Okay, you were sitting down and I had to go to the restroom and I went, came back, saw that she had merch there and I was like, ooh. And so I went up to the merch thing and the girl was like, looked at me and was like, we only have smalls. I was like, okay, you fucking bitch.
I mean, we might want to wear small. You don't know.
You don't know if I want to wear a little belly shirt.
You don't know. It's 2023, babe.
Yeah.
It was star-studded event. I'll say that. If any of you guys are Bravo fans, everyone was fucking there. We had some of the Beverly Hills housewives. Who was there? It was Kyle.
We had Kyle. We had
Faye Dunaway. Dunaway? What's her last name?
Faye Resnick.
Faye Dunaway is the fucking mommy dearest bitch. She was there in spirit.
Yeah, in spirit. Crystal.
I've told 3 people that Faye Dunaway was there.
Wait, that's like...
Joan Crawford.
I don't know if I ever told this story, but one of my girlfriends, I will not say her name, but she was going around telling everybody that her husband was getting circumcised today. She's like, oh yeah, like, you know, my husband got circumcised today, like, and we were all like, oh, that's kind of old to get circumcised. And I was like, he really got circumcised? Like, he's in his late 30s. Like, that just seems old. And she's like, well, yeah, we don't want any more kids.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, you mean he got a vasectomy? And she's like, oh, fuck, how many people have I told he got circumcised today?
Oh my God, I love it.
Oh, man.
What can you do? What can you do?
Who else? Jeff Lewis was there. We love Jeff Lewis.
Heather McDonald.
Love her.
Crystal from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm. Amy Phillips was there. MJ from Shaw's of Sunset. I mean, there was everybody.
Bravo celebrities left and right. And we were laughing because I was like, you know they come here and they love it.
Oh, everybody loves it, though. Everybody's looking at them, too. Luann is great.
Oh, Brad Goreski was there.
Uh-huh.
You were better at knowing people than I was because I haven't watched as many of the shows, but I definitely knew who Shannon Bedore.
Oh, Shannon Bedore was there.
She was there.
Yes.
And then Kyle and Crystal from Beverly Hills.
Kyle is so little, like short.
Tiny little thing. And Faye Dunaway, she just looks
Faye
great.
Dunaway, yeah.
They brought her out for one night only. God, what an idiot.
Oh, man.
Oh, come on.
I just love, though, like, Luann is just living her life.
Oh, she made us. We're like, okay, future live shows, we need to incorporate some sort of
you turned to me.
act. We need something like this. So don't be surprised if there's some twists and turns in our future live shows.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's all we're going to say about that.
Yeah, because we hint at things all the fucking time.
All the fucking time.
Just wait.
And you guys catch it, too.
You little detectives. You might not.
Yeah.
You might not have fedoras, but you got you detective hats. Oh
what if we just wear fedoras?
At the live show? God help us all. Oh my God, I gotta tell you, I've been watching so many Lifetime movies lately, and a few of the Hallmark ones around the holidays especially. Because in this dreary, dreary world, Madison, sometimes life can be real heavy, you know? It can be real heavy, and you need to just dissociate, and nothing makes me dissociate more than watching those movies. And people always are like, how do you watch so many Lifetime movies? Like, they're so cheesy or they're so corny. And I'm like, because A, there's resolution at the end of every movie.
That is such a good point.
I don't need a twist. I don't need a mystery or suspense. I'm like, I know, even when I'm like watching like a thriller on Lifetime, like I know the last scene is going to be like a sunny day in a backyard. The family's moved on from whatever crazy shit happened. And then Hallmark is just delusional. It is delusional. So corny. It is. And it's just like people walking around with fake coffee cups and like just like I don't even know. I'm like finding love in their hometown, and I
love the like businesswoman who comes home to her small town and falls.
That's every Hallmark movie, and I love it because it's always the most ridiculous shit. I watched one the other night, and it was like she needed to come home so that she could make her candy cane factory into a success again, or like her family's candy cane factory. Yeah, and I was like, cool. I fucking love it. You know what? I was talking to one of our friends, though, about it because melodrama, she watches a million Hallmark movies and she's always doing really funny commentary on her Instagram stories about them. We talk about them a lot, but a lot of them will have like former child stars in them. Yeah. Or like Stephanie from Full House, Jodie Sweetin or whatever. She's in a ton of them.
Didn't she come for Candace Cameron or whatever?
Let's not touch on that.
Okay.
But I'm Team Jodie, I'll say that.
Oh, yeah. We all are.
People like that are in them, like these former child stars. Sometimes they'll play really famous people in the Hallmark movies. And I'm like, I wonder if it's weird to like have these actors freaking out about them and stuff because that's what their life used to be like. I'm like, do you think it's like a weird conundrum for them where they're like, I'm not that famous anymore?
I would take it. I'd love it.
Just anything. Oh, yeah? You live for it? Okay. You little fame whore.
I wish life was just a Hallmark movie.
A Christmas Hallmark movie specifically. One of these years, I know most of you guys know, I went to Vermont in October. I want to go during Christmas time and just have the fakest white, well, it's real, the realest Hallmark Christmas. Yeah. I need it.
I know.
Come on, baby. I need it.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Speaking of Christmas, can we talk about the influx?
You guys, we got so many Christmas cards from so many beautiful families. We were commenting on it like, oh my God, these families look like beautiful,
like talk
very
about Hallmark.
Normal Hallmark, like, I mean, not that you guys wouldn't be normal, but like,
what are you saying here, Madison? I thought you all were a bunch of freaks. What's going on here?
Well, look at us.
I know, a bunch of freaks. Well, I have this one. This is from a geoff named Jessie, and her family's fucking adorable.
Cutest little kid.
So cute. And then this one I love. Look at their little babies.
Oh, they're babies.
Rocky, Watson, and Captain. This is from a geoff named Nicole, but it was so sweet and heartwarming. We're like, oh my God, we got Christmas like I didn't even get this many Christmas cards from people that I know in real life.
Oh, I know. I really do think we need to put out a Christmas card next year.
Okay, next year we're gonna do it. We talked about doing it this year, but then we both got so sick and flustered. But next year we're gonna send our pinup
oh my God, we should
Christmas cards. Like Betty Page-esque. But we couldn't believe it.
So sweet.
I'm keeping all of these.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you say it like that? What are you going to do with them, Madison?
I'm going to look at them when I feel sad.
Yeah.
Such sweet families.
I know, we really feel the love. There's something so personal about Christmas cards, too, because it's, well, literally pictures of you guys in your personal life.
And your children.
But we're like, oh my God. My mailman, well, I was going to say my mailman probably thinks I'm really popular, but actually not, because he's going to the P.O. box.
I wonder what the post office thinks.
Do you wonder?
I do.
We get a lot of mail and packages there.
Yeah, and it's like, what's a obituary.
I know.
You know?
I wonder what they think.
Or they just don't even look at it like,
they do.
Yeah?
Come on. If you worked at a post office.
Worked at the post office?
I would be opening everyone's mail. I couldn't do it.
I know. Especially if it's like cool packaging.
Mm-hmm. I would be going through it. I'd be Googling people's names. I'd be like, why does this person get so many things?
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's human nature. It's called curiosity. And we're just two curious creatures, which is why we are always looking into curious topics for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I brought it back to the show.
Okay.
All right. You got any emails for us?
I do. Okay, so Rosemary Kennedy kind of came up again. A Geoff posted about one of our episodes and we like reposted it. And then we started getting just a couple comments about Rosemary Kennedy.
Oh, we did?
Yes. And this one Geoff, I'm not going to say your name because you didn't say if we could, and it has to do with her husband's job.
Oh.
Yes, so she wrote to us. She said, I kept telling myself I needed to write you guys an email about a little story related to Rosemary Kennedy, but a major procrastinator, especially when it comes to writing. So here's a DM. My husband is a chef with very high-end clients. Early on in his career, he was hired as a personal chef by one of the Kennedy Shrivers, Anthony and his now ex-wife, Alina. By the way, Anthony is the founder of Best Buddies International.
Huh.
While he was working for them, they rented the mansion next door for Rosemary to come visit, along with a team of caretakers.
Oh, wow.
My husband was instructed to make a plate as he would for anyone and then just dump everything in a blender until it was liquid enough for her to drink through a straw.
Oh.
When he offered to prepare foods specially for her, they said it was not necessary. Needless to say, he was mortified doing this, and after over 20 years, he still is.
Jesus. That gives me
the chills.
That's like a dark Kennedy family secret that we know.
I know.
I feel like we just got really private information.
Like a blind item. Yeah, this is all alleged, okay? This is just
alleged. That's fucking crazy.
I know.
And creepy that they would be like, yeah, just make a normal plate and blend it.
Ooh,
what?
My God, imagine like
I don't even want to think about
dinner.
it. I don't want to think about it. How horrible.
I know.
Especially if the chef's like, I can make like a potato puree or something that they could.
Soup, yeah. That's not necessary.
No, just put it in the blender. Oh.
Blend, baby.
Listen, some of y'all are going to hell.
Mm-hmm. And we're not.
No, because we are righteous.
Yes.
Sorry. Oh my God, some real asshole behavior.
Do you have some assholes?
Oh, baby.
You had a glory hole last week.
And
or
I've got
2 weeks ago.
2 assholes.
Ooh.
Busting at the seams. This says, am I the asshole for wanting to sell my dead husband's comic books even though my kids want them?
Okay.
Background. My husband passed away in 2014 at the age of 46 from, ALS and frontal temporal degeneration. ALS is like the worst thing in the world. Before we knew he was sick, I left him because he changed into someone that didn't speak to me, touch me, or interact with me.
Maybe he couldn't.
Before we knew he was sick. Okay. Before we knew he was sick. I tried for 2 years to fix things, but they just got worse. I have a lot of guilt about that. Okay, we're hearing you out now. For a second, because if you guys know about ALS.
Started clenching.
I have a lot of guilt about this, but again, I didn't know. We never got divorced, and we still saw each other every day because kids and parenting, and I honestly thought that he was just terribly depressed and just wouldn't get the help he needed. That obviously wasn't the case. Anyway, through circumstances, he came back home. Within about a year, we discovered he was sick. Very, very sick, and I cared for him until he passed. While he was sick, it was very difficult to get any help at all from his family, and eventually I quit my 9-to-5 job to care for him. His family didn't really help me with anything, and were in the hills of denial for almost the whole time. Jeez, that's tough. So much so that while I was caring for him in the way the doctors told me to, and sharing info of what was happening with the doctors, they were accusing me of lying and not taking care of him well at all. My husband would tell them that I was his advocate and that I was doing a great job, making sure he got the care he needed, etc. All that to say, his family was not a fan of me, and as his health declined, so did their opinion of me. Fast forward to now. My in-laws both passed during COVID, and my brother-in-law, my husband's brother, a 50-year-old male, was clearing out the dad's condo, and in the storage area found a bunch of stuff that my husband had stored there, including thousands of comic books from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. My husband didn't have much. Okay, anything really. And he even downgraded his life insurance the last year of his life to save money. It was a side effect of his brain not working, and he was super focused on money, but in weird ways. So while we did get some life insurance, we didn't get much, and while we did get his Social Security, that also wasn't very much. My brother-in-law gave everything of my husband's he found directly to our kids, a 19-year-old female and 21-year-old male, bypassing me completely. Here's where I might be the asshole. I don't believe the brother-in-law had any right to give those things to the kids. They were my husband's, which makes them mine. Of course, if things had gone how they should have, I would have let the kids pick out their favorites. But we don't have a lot, and selling these old and well-cared-for comics would be a huge help to me in the household. But he did give them to the kids. So any talk of selling them, the kids are saying they aren't mine to sell. Am I the asshole for thinking that the comics are mine and that if I want to sell them, I should be able to sell them?
Yeah, I think so.
You're an asshole, babe.
Yeah.
And they were voted the asshole. It's too late. They're in the kids' hands already.
If having those things for the kids makes them feel like they have a piece of their dad, why?
And they're also 19 and 21 years old. It's not like that you just gave them to like a 7 and 6-year-old that you're like, I don't know.
They're old enough to understand. And they can sell them if they choose.
And use the money how they need. Like, I understand this person quit their job to care for their husband. That is a very selfless act. Not everybody would do that. A lot of people hit the road when things get tough. But you are the asshole for that. And they added an edit later on that said, clearly I was wrong to want to sell the comics. I will not be pushing the issue. They can do what they want with them. I tried to paint a clear picture, but I'm not sure if I did that or not, but I tried. Thanks, everyone. So it seems like they're owning it.
We love an edit.
We love an edit. We are learning to love the edits. But yeah, you can't do that.
No.
This next one says, am I the asshole for refusing to help my siblings with our mother's funeral plans and for telling them that I do not want to be named in her obituary?
Oh.
Sounds
a
like
request to not be named.
Yeah. My mother died 2 days ago. Oh, so this is fresh. My siblings were all with her when she died. I was not. She was a bully to me and hated my guts as long as I can remember.
Oh.
Not sure if it was the fact that I was the kid who looked so much like my dad.
Oh, I've heard about shit like
that's
that.
That's a weird thing happening. Like psychological.
Like you remind them too much.
The fact that she was young when she got pregnant with me and resented me for it, or whether I was just unlucky. But she gave me a horrific childhood, and my dad died when we were all young, so I was left to watch her dote on my siblings and treat me like shit. I got to hear all the time that I ruined her life, that she wished she had aborted me. That she dreamed of me dying and getting relief of knowing she'd never have to see me again. I ended up staying with my friends from the age of 15, and I hadn't seen her since my 20th birthday. When she showed up with my siblings and told me that she wanted to puke just looking at me.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? I never told her I was gay, never introduced her to my husband or my children. When my siblings called to tell me she was dying, I was so happy. Knowing she's gone.
That's fucking real.
Knowing that the woman who hated me for reasons out of my control, who made sure I knew how much she never wanted me, filled me with such a feeling of relief. But of course, my siblings are heartbroken. They wanted me to be involved, and I told them no way, no how. I said she was a great mother to them, and that was fine, but she was evil to me. She was evil, made my childhood hell, and I was not some grieving son and was not spending a single second giving her a nice send-off or spending a single cent on it either. They got mad, told me that it should be split between all of us. They had already planned her obituary and told me how bad it would look if I didn't help plan, didn't show up. I told them get my name off the obituary because that woman they described was not my mother. We argued. They told me I was behaving just as badly as her by taking it out on them when they did nothing wrong. I told them I just wanted them to leave me out of it. I told them to pretend we're half siblings and I have a different mother out there if it helps. They told me I could at least do it for them and think about how hard this has been for them. The fighting just keeps on going, and it actually delayed the funeral planning since they spend more time trying to convince me than doing any planning. They keep asking for my opinions, etc., trying to draw me in, then get mad and tell me I'm treating them bad. Am I the asshole?
No.
Oh. Absolutely not. They need to write a obituary for their mom.
I was just thinking that They need to. And I feel like the last few weeks, you and I have just been talking about boundaries just in general.
Uh-huh.
No, you set those boundaries.
Doesn't matter if the person's dead.
Yeah.
You can still set a boundary around them.
Yeah, absolutely. It just seems like a whole fucked up family dynamic that the siblings don't see it. It's weird.
It's probably because they were treated differently. It's kind of like the whole thing where it's like, I have a good friend, a really good friend, and her mom is awful to her. But it wasn't like a realized thing until later on. She would always be like, oh, my mom's so awful. Like, my mom's a bitch. And we'd always just kind of be like, oh, everyone's parents are strict, blah, blah, blah. Because we didn't see it. But then the older we got, the more we're like, oh, no, her mother's like really shitty. Like,
Really?
Oh, yeah. Really just unwell. Part of it's mental and, you know, bada bing, bada boom. We're all a product of our environment and conditioning and traumas. But just because other people don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. And it's like the same thing, like I've learned through Cult Leader, especially, like there's so many cases where like one child will be abused or even sexually, whatever it is.
Right.
And the other siblings are like, no way, that didn't happen at all. And it's like, just because you weren't there doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Right.
And I think that's like a really tough thing for people to navigate, because it's like, not only do you not have the support of your siblings being like, we hear you, we know that mom was like this for you,
and we respect that you don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Why are they harping on that? They seem like they're
obituaries are for the living.
Too. Yeah.
It's like, you want to pay respects to your mom. Well, it doesn't sound like she deserved respect.
It kind of sounds like they just want another person to split the cost with.
So proud of you for not giving in.
Yes.
And you're definitely not
the asshole. Nope.
Case closed, baby.
I know we need one.
We're so like passionate. We need a gavel if anyone wants to send one. P.O. Box 18149, Long Beach, California, 9087.
Please.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Send us a gavel. Send us a gavel. Send us a gavel. Judge ropes.
Well, that mother sounded like a real bitch.
A real bitch.
God rest her soul.
I don't think God wants her.
Yeah, the devil doesn't either. Oh my gosh, but let's talk about some people that God does want.
Well, God wanted this person twice.
What do you mean?
Well, listen to my side bitch. Okay. I came across this article. I don't have a name for my side bitch. You'll see why. I came across this article from London in 1926, and I was looking for something else, but this headline caught my attention. It said, "Woman dies twice. Death by misadventure is coroner's verdict." London.
What is death by misadventure?
Oh, we're going to get into it.
Okay.
London, August 27th. Quote, "Death by misadventure was a coroner's verdict here recently upon the final demise of a woman who was brought back to life after dying once and who had lived in a coma for nearly 30 hours.
Oh my God.
The woman was admitted to a local hospital, and attending surgeons decided to operate upon her immediately. While the anesthetic was being administered, her heart ceased to beat, and she had every appearance of being dead. Artificial respiration was resorted to, and after more than 15 minutes of massaging her heart, the woman regained a lifelike appearance. She remained in this state, barely breathing, for more than a day before she finally died." Okay. But then tell me why I came across another article while I was looking up the term
Death by misadventure.
Death by misadventure. Woman dies twice in LA.
Wow.
Different woman. It says Los Angeles, November 26th. We got a name for this one. Mrs. Mildred Gross was apparently...
Oh my God, what a terrible name.
Stop it. Well, you're going to feel bad. Who apparently died from an overdose of sleeping tablets and then was revived by a new drug, suffered a relapse, and died a second time early today. Attending physicians...
Wait, suffered a relapse, so she took more sleeping pills?
No, she was like revived by a drug they gave her, and then...
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Attending physicians at Georgia Street Receiving Hospital could not revive her the second time and pronounced her dead. Although she was apparently dead when she was first brought into the hospital, police surgeon A.D. Trotter restored her to life with an injection of picrotoxin, a chemical used in explosives and only recently tried in medicines. Which I'm like, God, fuck.
Oh my God.
They're like, oh, this makes things explode. This will probably get someone's heart going again. This will get their ticker ticking again. Following the brief return to life, Mrs. Gross was placed under an oxygen tent and appeared to be on the way to recovery when she lapsed into unconsciousness.
Hold on. The explosive drug and an oxygen tank?
Oh, fuck.
Or tent?
And
oxygen tent.
Yeah, and it appeared to be on the way to recovery when she lapsed into unconsciousness a second time from the effects of 150 sleeping tablets. And
God.
From the initial ones, I believe.
Yeah, but that's insane.
And could not, again, be revived. But I'll give you the definition of death by misadventure a little later on in the show.
Oh, okay. We're left hanging.
We're living you on an adventure.
Oh, my God.
All right. Well, we're actually going to leave on a break right now. And then when we come back, we'll hear what had you spinning in your coffin this week.
All righty.
We'll be right back. And we're back. Well, what had you spinning this week?
Oh, G-offs, or should I say inmates?
They're innocent. Free my G-offs.
Today, we are taking a trip to prison.
I don't want to go back.
Well, you're going to have to just for 10, 15 minutes. Okay. I wanted to take a look into something that I never really thought of, which is what happens when someone dies in prison. What is the necessary protocol? Are there funerals in prison? Are there special cemeteries for prison? Are there hospice services in prison? I was fully
wanting to know the details.
The prison system.
I love it.
Yeah. And also, what happens when someone is in prison and a loved one dies? Like, what can they attend the funeral? All of that, I did so much research on this. A big disclaimer that I have, and I feel like I need to make this clear, is that every situation is different. Most of the things I'm covering are, going to be case by case basis, state by state, and I'm only covering the US for now. Maybe later we'll
go international.
We'll go international. So these are blanketed rules and regulations.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start off with if somebody dies, that is a loved one of an inmate. Okay. We would call that furlough.
Yes.
Prison furlough. I feel like this would probably be my biggest fear in prison. Obviously, I would be scared and I would never make it in prison because I'm a baby. But to not be able to be with a loved one freely, I think it would just be absolute torture.
Crushing, I'm sure.
Granted, there are monsters that are imprisoned, right? But then there are people that are reformed, and then there's also just stupid drug charges and whatever. It's a whole...
Everyone has their own reasons too. I was actually listening to an interview with somebody who was in prison, and they were like, there are absolutely monsters behind bars, but the reasons that people are behind bars are normally not monstrous. They're very human-like. Right. Why people ended up where they ended up.
Right.
So it's so important because I think people lose empathy.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, you did the crime, you pay the time, but it's like also life is really complicated and every situation is different.
It's case by case. It totally is. It's also, on the other side of it, easy for us to say that, but if someone did something to my family, and even if it wasn't monstrous, I would still be like, well, fuck you. You know, it's like, it's such a hard thing.
It's situational.
Totally. But back to the furlough. Being eligible to temporarily be released from prison is called prison furlough. You obviously must be approved for this, but from what I've read, it doesn't depend on good behavior or some sort of reward, but really as a way to further achieve correctional goals. So there's a bunch of studies, we'll get into it, about how it can actually really help with violence and mental health and all of that.
I'm sure.
The Federal Bureau of Prisons defines it as an authorized absence from a federal prison by an inmate who is not under escort of a staff member, U.S. Marshal, or state or federal agent. But with that being said, I have read a ton of instances where you are supervised, and I have a story that I'll get to. But not only can a funeral be a reason for furlough, there are other social furloughs, work furloughs, medical furloughs, transfer furloughs, just a bunch of different reasons. Some people are granted overnight furloughs and some are granted a day furlough or just a furlough for a few hours, all within a set geographical area approved ahead of time. I did read that the individual is responsible for all the costs, and that victims and witnesses, if there are any from that person's crime, they will all be notified, which I thought was terrifying.
Yeah, but I almost feel like you should have to have approval for certain things. I guess it probably depends on what the person's in there for too. Because if someone's a mass murderer, they're probably not
no.
Oh yeah, you can go say goodbye to grandma.
Yeah. If you search furloughs gone wrong, there are a ton of stories about prisoners not coming back and going rogue. There's a super famous one that's referenced a lot of this man, William R. Horton. He's still alive. He's 71 now and still incarcerated, and he was in prison with a life sentence without the possibility of parole at the Jessup Correctional Institution in Maryland for first-degree murder in 1974. But in 1986, he was granted furlough for a weekend and did not return, and he ended up raping a woman twice, bounding and gagging her boyfriend, stabbing him, pistol whipping him, stealing his car, and he was finally captured. But that case came up so much because it was used in like presidential campaigns in 1988, and there was like some racism with it. It was just, it's a very famous.
I mean, if I was an inmate and I knew I was sitting in there for the rest of my life, if I had a life sentence,
well, absolutely,
I'm gonna run.
I'm fucking out of here.
Don't use this against me because this is alleged.
Oh, yes, alleged. Who knows? Who knows? But statistically, a prison furlough from the U.S. Department of Justice, their website, they say that, quote, prisoners on furlough did not have to be rearrested in over 95% of the cases. Now, that statistic is from 1980. Obviously, the study is old, but there are studies today that show that it does reduce recidivism, which is a criminal reoffending. But again, I don't personally know if I would feel comfortable knowing someone was on a prison furlough if they were not being monitored. I get being monitored. It's a whole, this is not that podcast.
Again, circumstantial, because it's totally. Like, if it was drugs or something, you'd be kind of like, whatever.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares?
Whatever.
But if they were like a rapist or a pedophile, it's like, I don't think they should just be wanzering.
Yeah. Most recently, there has been public outrage over a man named Eli Torres. Have you heard about this?
I don't believe so.
I didn't hear about it either until researching. But interestingly, the outrage was that he got denied a prison furlough for his daughter's funeral. And his daughter was only 10 years old, and she was one of the 19 victims of the Uvalde Robb elementary school shooting. He was incarcerated on a non-violent drug charge, and they denied him.
Fuck you.
I know. State representatives.
Well, Texas.
It happened in Texas. And then he was, I think, transferred to like Kentucky, if I'm
for a
correct.
Drug charge?
A fucking, yeah.
Give us a break.
State representatives sent letters to the president asking for help. Even Kim K asked the Federal Bureau of Prisons to, quote, grant Eli Torres temporary release so that he can say his last goodbye to his baby girl. Every parent deserves that right, she said.
Not every parent, but...
Yeah, not every parent, but
are you kidding?
I know. Absolutely insane.
Again, there's a lot of people going to hell in this episode.
I know. So I have a story, a firsthand story of someone who was granted prison release for a funeral. Reading it, I just got chills. It's wild. Robert K. Wright was imprisoned at Sing Sing Correctional Facility in New York. He served almost 15 years for one count of assault in the first degree. He is now a research assistant at the Center for Justice at Columbia University, and he wrote about being accepted for furlough to attend his grandfather's funeral while being incarcerated, and he wrote it for the Marshall Project. I'm going to read a few snippets from it. It's really well written. Quote, I squeeze past the other inmates and dial my mother's number. I listen to the automated message and anticipate the melody that is her voice. As soon as she speaks, I know something is wrong. And this is him, like, after being out in the yard all day and finally getting to use the phone. I could always sense her pain even when I was a child. It runs down my flesh like the chills. My heart pauses like that first big drop on a roller coaster. What's wrong, Ma? I ask. Her words are calm and precise. I want you to listen. Daddy is gone. He passed away this morning. There is a long silence. She continues probably about the funeral arrangements, but I am lost in my own thoughts. I still feel dazed when I hang up. I walk around the yard until it is time to return to my cell. I don't bother to undress. I just lay on my bunk, stare up at the paint-chipped ceiling, and have a conversation with my grandfather. You couldn't wait just a little while longer, I ask. I know I let you down, but if you had given me more time, I believe I would have made you proud. Every virtue I have, I inherited from you. You taught me how to forgive, how to love. You taught me that a real man puts family first. Thank you for waking me up every 4 hours to give me cough medicine when I was sick. Thank you for allowing me to make mistakes and never turning your back on me. Oh, I never apologized for the time I made your nose bleed when we were playing WWF. Remember, I was Ultimate Warrior and you were Hulk Hogan. I'm sorry for not being by your side when you took your last breath. Please forgive me. He never said a word. The funeral's a few days later. I won't know until the last minute if I am allowed to go, which is fucking crazy to me.
Mm-hmm. I think they also don't want people to like start making plans in their head.
I know, that's true. That's so true. On that day, I stay in my cell, not wanting to be hard to locate if I am called to take the trip. By noon, I am getting nervous. At 12:45, I hear my name being called over the loudspeaker to report up front to the OIC, the officer in charge for the housing unit. The 2 officers who will escort me to the funeral home lead me to the processing area. I am strip searched and shackled from waist to ankles. One officer reads off a bunch of rules to follow, or else I nod, half listening. The 2 officers are wearing suits. I am dressed in my state greens, a matching button-up shirt and pants that resemble the pajamas sets my grandfather used to wear around the house. I am not allowed to wear anything appropriate to his funeral. I am made to put my incarceration on full display. When the prison van pulls up in front of the Ortiz's funeral home, my heart is racing. I see my father standing near the entrance. Once he notices the van, he tries to approach, but the officers deter him. Move back, away from the van, one officer says. I walk through the funeral home door with an officer draped on each arm. The shackles attached to my ankles only allow me to take small steps or else the metal cuts into my skin. And I made the mistake of wearing ankle socks. I'm greeted with smiles and nods from inviting faces, and my heart settles as if it knows it is home. When it's my turn to view the body, I refuse at first. I can't see him like that. My sister insists it will give me some closure. I inch a little closer as if I could fall over the edge if I get too close. As I look inside the coffin, I do not recognize him. I take one more look around the room before the guards grab my arm and say it is time to leave. This is the freest I've felt in my adult life.
Wow.
It is easy to lose oneself inside a cage. But here, saying goodbye to my grandfather with the people who loved him and me, I remember that I am not the tomb that imprisons me. Somehow, I have kept my essence. As I'm escorted through the crowd of mourners, I receive hugs and condolences, but I don't really acknowledge them. I'm already preparing myself for a return to captivity. I'm ushered into the back of the van, lay my forehead on the window, and let out a long breath.
Ooh.
He was given...
Emotional.
I know. Your eyes are so red.
Oh, watering. I mean, because it fucking sucks, and it's such a helpless feeling, and something that you're trapped.
Yeah.
It's such a defeating feeling, and yeah, that's fucking really well written.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some people are given weekends, some people are given a few days, some people are just given a couple hours, but I'm like, fuck, man, they made him wear shackles from his waist to his ankles and didn't let him wear a suit. But case by case, I guess.
Case by case.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Heavy. So let's talk about if you die while you're in custody. An article from the Washington Examiner from this week says, quote, the United States imposes the world's lengthiest prison sentences and is also a leader in the number of people spending decades behind bars, according to a recent study. Kind of like what we talked about earlier, like some of the things that get people into prison aren't as monstrous as we think, and the U.S. imposes the lengthiest sentences.
Oh, we're the worst. We don't do anything to rehabilitate people who are serving prison sentences. We're just like, lock them up. See ya in 50 years because you smoked weed in the 70s once.
Oh my God. That is absolutely wild.
Mind fuck.
We
could go on all day.
So there's that recent study. And also from that same article, quote, 40% of the world's population of people serving life in prison are in the U.S., along with 83% of inmates serving life without the possibility of parole. So the thought of dying in custody is a very real thing for most inmates.
Yeah, that received that conviction. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I didn't get into dying by suicides or murders or accidental deaths. This is strictly natural causes. Many inmates, and often ones who have contact with lawyers from their cases, will draft up a will and specific plans to be carried out when they die and who to notify, next of kin, etc. A reoccurring thing that popped up in my research was that a lot of people in prison opt to donate their bodies to science. Many inmates who are worried about their loved ones not being able to pay for their funeral and burial expenses opt to do this. So let's say, you die of natural causes. Typically, and it is important to note that it all varies, but typically the next of kin is notified. This in and of itself can be traumatizing because it's sometimes done via email or text message, and it's like, not fucking heartwarming or like a doctor would deliver it or something. It's just kind of like,
FYI, this inmate has passed away.
Yeah, like you need to claim their body.
You have 12 hours to do so.
We'll get into that. If the next of kin is able to get back to prison officials and want to assume control over their loved one's body, they will be able to claim their body and have all of the normal burial options as anyone else, like send your ashes to space, you can bury them in the back, whatever. The same as if you or I just died. If the next of kin does not get back to prison officials or they refuse control of the body of the inmate, it is now up to the prison to dispose of the body. And this most of the time involves cremation or an actual burial in a prison cemetery. And there are prison cemeteries that we'll get into, but Joy and Kate gave two great examples from two different states about their protocol. It says, quote, New York State's code requires prisons to adhere to relatively strict procedures regarding how to notify next of kin when an inmate dies. That said, if the prison officials are unable to locate next of kin after 48 hours from an inmate's death, or if the next of kin declines to claim an inmate's remains, the code allows prisons to begin planning a suitable funeral and a burial or cremation. The statute also specifies that if prison officials haven't been able to contact a deceased inmate's next of kin after 48 hours have expired, but they have reason to believe that there's a good chance they'll still be able to, they can continue trying to find them. If they're unable to after 7 days, they must begin making funeral arrangements. 7 days. In Ohio, it says they also require prisons to make reasonable attempts to notify a deceased inmate's next of kin after they die. In Ohio, an inmate can provide a written declaration naming the person they wish to claim their body if they die in custody. If the inmate didn't provide said declaration or the person they named fails to qualify for the responsibility, for example, if they've engaged in applicable legal misconduct, the prison can then reach out to other individuals such as inmate spouses, children, and others. Either way, whether the DRC cremates or buries an inmate, they bury or inter their remains at an official DRC cemetery. A deceased inmate's gravesite should have its own metal, stone, or concrete marker with an inscription of the deceased's name, date of birth, and date of death. So the tombstones. I watched a documentary called Prison Funerals on YouTube from the National Press Photographers Association. I'll link it. It's like a 5-minute documentary and it's fascinating, but they showed a real prison funeral in Texas at a prison cemetery, and other inmates helped dig the hole for the casket. They stayed for a very tiny ceremony and then helped them bury their fellow inmate. And the warden was interviewed and said, no matter the crime, they're human. A family can also come even if they don't want to claim the body, but they want to pay respect to the prisoner. They can still come for the burial.
Okay.
But the documentary then says, in the coming weeks, inmates will make their headstones name, number, date of birth, and EX if executed.
Oh.
And they showed, there's like, you can see, okay, EX.
Interesting. And is this a place where people can go pay respects later on, or is it like behind bars, like, or like lock fenced off area?
I don't believe so. The one in Texas is like on the outskirts of town.
Okay.
But I looked up.
We're gonna go visit your daddy.
Yeah.
Get fucking buzzed in.
Yeah. But I looked up how many prison cemeteries there were. Like, does every prison have one? And in the United States, I think there's like 10 or 15.
Oh, so rare.
Rare. Going a little backwards, one last thing I looked into was hospice. Not every prison has palliative care or hospice programs. However, some do. From the Department of Justice, from an article I found, they were talking about a prison in Texas. They say, quote, hospice inmates are housed in infirmary units that have been modified to meet the needs of patients accepted into the palliative care section. Both minimum and maximum security inmates who have certified terminal illnesses and have requested to be included in the hospice care programs are accepted. The inmate accepted must sign a do not resuscitate form. In California, there is the California Medical Facility, which is located in Vacaville. It's a medium security prison and it houses general population inmates, but also has a psych ward and, everything a normal prison has, but it has a hospice unit. It's one of the first hospice facilities in prison in the United States, and it was originally built in the early 90s as a response to the AIDS crisis. Now there are 17 beds in the units and all taking care of mostly older inmates dying of various things, but the New York Times wrote an in-depth article in 2018 on this place and focused on a few of the inmates who worked in the hospice unit. The people that worked in the unit were mostly inmates facing life sentences for murder and like all these terrible things, but they've like repented and they've shown, a lot of growth and remorse. And so they go through a ton of interviews, 70 hours of training in end of life care, and they become full-blown caregivers, like 10 to 15 hours a day, caring for fellow inmates that are on their deathbed.
Wow. I expected it to be, well, I actually don't really fully know about hospice. Like, I know a little bit, but I feel like that should be another coffin spinner.
Yeah.
Like, the actual responsibilities, because I just assumed it would be somebody with some sort of medical background, like nurse or...
Right. Something interesting that I'll end on, in that article, one of the inmates who became a full caregiver said, quote, "We make it a point not to find out what the patients have done. They worry that knowing too much could affect the quality of care. When a patient's past sins cross over into the realm of the horrific, it can be hard to keep creeping judgments and questions at bay. How do you reconcile the dissonance between the serial killer and the elderly patient beridden, incontinent, and lost in the fog of dementia? The workers are also in prison for crimes, but that doesn't make them immune to judgment. Death can be an equalizer. The past falls aside. Time is grounded in the shifting demands of the body as it begins to decay."
I mean, it's true, because think about, like, if they found out someone was a pedophile or something, they'd be like, I don't want to fucking help this person, or I'm just going to help I'm going to actually help them reach death a little faster.
Totally.
It's funny. I don't know if you saw the clip that was going around the internet recently, but it was of this judge who was pretty fucking hardcore. And was
he the one that's like, they're going to know you're a baby
Yeah, he's
killer.
like, you're going to prison. And you're going to spend the rest of your life behind bars, and I'm going to let everyone in there know that you're a baby killer or something. And I was like, fucking good. That's the kind of shit I like to see, where I'm like, because I don't have remorse for people who hurt children or anything like that. I'm like, oh, fuck you. I don't really give a fuck what happens to you.
Yeah.
But, yeah, damn.
Yep.
Whew, heavy, but like,
I know, I'm sorry, guys.
No,
but...
I loved it. You don't really think about it, but chances are that somebody listening has had to deal with this or will have to deal with this.
Or has a family member there.
And it's hard too, because I feel like a lot of people, there's so much judgment that comes with people being in prison. And I mean, a lot of times it's for bullshit reasons, or like there's a lot of unethical stuff that happens to prisoners or to people serving prison sentences. And it's,
I know, I hear stories allegedly, that's like, it's not the prisoners that were bad, it's the fucking guards that were corrupt or whatever.
Oh, there's so much corruption. And it's a business. It's a business in America, which is why there's so many people spending their lives behind bars or getting these excessive sentences for petty crimes.
Or people who should be there who got off because they had a good lawyer or whatever. I mean, God, it's a whole...
Lays, Casey Anthony. Lays.
Oh, my God. And yeah, that's not to say that we don't want people in jail. Of course we do. There's people that need to be there for the rest of their life.
List of people we wish were in jail. No, but that was really, really interesting. Thanks for filling us in.
Yes, no problem.
Well, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, I'll tell you what had me spinning in my coffin.
All righty.
We'll be right back.
And we're back. Spencer, do you have a little coffin spinner for us?
Oh, baby, do I.
Oh, are you going to liven it up for us?
Rotation station, baby.
Okay.
How we've never covered this is beyond me, but this week, themed funerals had me spinning in my coffin.
Oh my God, I love it. We loved that Santa funeral.
Oh my God, I know.
Obituary.
We were talking about that recently, and it just got me thinking, and I'm obsessed because I love a theme.
Yes.
So when I say I love a theme, like, you got to stick with the theme.
You got to carry it out till the end.
Do it to the nines, baby. I mean, we've kind of touched on some stories, like you said, the Santa thing, or who could forget Judy Sunday, our bowling alley goddess, whose casket was thrusted down a bowling lane.
I was like,
themed.
Who's Judy Sunday?
Don't ever ask that again.
How could I forget?
Put some respect on her name. She had a bowling themed funeral, obviously. They gave her one last hurrah. But there's so many others that I just can't wait to talk to you about.
Cannot wait to hear.
There's like traditions we hear about in other cultures that kind of feel theme-ish that we could probably categorize as a theme, but I'm going to talk about some funerals and they're just kind of quirky.
Okay.
A little bizarre, you might say.
Let's hear it.
Some people go balls out, and I appreciate it because, well, everyone is so different. We love when obituaries point out personal details like someone's favorite song or hobbies. Why not incorporate it into their final soiree?
Why not?
Why not? We're going to start with the funeral of 47-year-old Andrew Strachan, who was really sad. Andrew unfortunately died in his sleep, which, I mean, is the way to go, on June 27th of 2016, but he was only 47, so super young. His partner, Sylvia Hoey, wanted to ensure that he had a proper send-off, something Andrew would have loved, and according to Sylvia, Andrew loved Star Wars.
Oh, yes, baby.
Friends and family
You know I'm a Star Wars girly.
Are you?
Love Star Wars.
I've never seen it.
God.
Not one of them.
Honey, I love them all.
Oh.
Except well, okay, I won't get into it. Love The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Star Wars girly on the low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Friends and family showed up to Andrew's service adorned in Star Wars memorabilia. They were wearing t-shirts depicting the films, and of course, they played the Star Wars soundtrack throughout his service. Sylvia said, quote, "The idea for his funeral came about mutually with myself and his friends and family, really, and a lot of us wore Star Wars t-shirts too. It was just his cup of tea. This is a thing Andrew would have loved in life, and I'm sure he would have loved it in death."
Oh, how cool.
Really cool. David Young, principal funeral director at Young's, which has premises on Kadzau Street, which I believe is where this was held, told the Daily Record, "A funeral service should always focus on the person who has passed, whilst considering the wishes of those close to them who are left to make funeral arrangements." When I was researching Andrew's story, I came across another Star Wars-themed funeral from Singapore for a man named Sean, who was also a mega fan. In fact, he was part of a group known as the 501st Singapore Garrison. I don't know if that means anything.
It. Star Wars.
Okay. Which is an official Star Wars fan group he was part of. And oh my God, this one was over the top.
Let me hear it.
Over the top. The funeral was insane with people cosplaying, wearing like legit stormtrooper costumes.
Oh my God, how
like
cool.
Carrying the casket. Royal Guards. Darth Vader was there. The pictures are incredible. I'll show you while we're there, but
Oh my God. Hold on.
Isn't that legit?
Oh my God.
There's some like TikToks of them, but I couldn't figure out how to watch them. But maybe I'll try and find those.
Okay.
Too. I watched it once, it went away. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Don't you hate that? I know.
This next one, I believe, we actually saw on an episode of Best Funeral Ever.
Okay.
And it's the funeral for a man in Dallas named Quentin Beasley, who loved breakfast so much.
That was one of my favorite episodes.
That his family decided to give him a breakfast-themed funeral. Geoffs, you have to watch this episode of Best Funeral Ever. People dressed up as pancakes. One woman was an egg. There was a guy dressed as bacon. And my personal favorite detail at this breakfast-themed funeral was the podium where people could come up and say their final words to Quentin. Well, the podium was just a huge milk carton. Remember?
Bacon behind him.
I love it.
I remember they were like whipping up breakfast too.
Yeah. They went full on with the theme, and I fucking love it. Love a breakfast theme funeral. Breakfast isn't my favorite meal of the day, but I love that they did this.
You know what? Someone that I know had a wedding that was a sunrise wedding, and it was...
Oh, I've never heard of that before.
It was like at 6 a.m., and they served coffee and donuts, and everybody got to watch them get married while the sun rose.
That's cool. That's kind of cool. It's like a different concept, but yeah. I'll tell you this, nobody in my life ever have a sun. You'll still be awake from the night before. I am not peeling myself up at 6 a.m. to be at a wedding. Sorry, not fucking doing it. I would rather go to a midnight wedding than a...
Oh, that's cool.
Different.
A midnight wedding?
Oh.
And then we all turned into pumpkins after?
Can one of you Geoffs please have a midnight wedding?
Love it.
Like, there's lots of different ways people have incorporated themes into their weddings. I mean, sometimes it's not...
weddings.
Or their funerals. You threw me off. Sometimes it's not so much about dressing up, but more as a way of just paying homage to their favorite activities. Like, for a sports fan, if they were a big fan of doing the whole tailgate situation, like if that was a big part of their life and something them and their friends always did, you could go have like a little tailgate function with grills and drinks at their celebration of life.
Oh, we'd drive the hearse through the In-N-Out drive-through for you.
Oh, baby, thank you. I do the same for you. We'll see who goes first.
Yeah.
Or if they were in a choir, it's not uncommon to have one or more singers at a service to show their love of music. But I was cackling, okay? Because I thought about that. You sounded like a machine. No, because I don't know. Did you ever watch the show Four Weddings?
What are laughs, first of all?
It's ridiculous. Yeah, literally, what are they?
What?
Just like crazy noises that come out of us.
I know. Okay, Four Weddings.
Have you ever watched it?
You had me watch it, and they were heady.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. So if you haven't seen the show before, I binged it during quarantine. It's a really entertaining show to watch, actually, because basically there's four brides. They each go to each other's weddings and rate them, like on the food, the venue, the theme,
the dress,
all of that. Yeah. It's super fucking petty, but it's super entertaining. But on that show, there were a few times when brides wanted to sing as they walked down the aisle.
No.
And it was always the most uncomfortable thing. Like, my skin would burn, Madison, watching them saunter down the aisle with a microphone.
Did someone do that at a funeral?
I mean, I'm sure. Oh, I'm
Did
sure.
the dead want to sing?
Throw a microphone in there. I'll sing at your funeral. I'll just walk down the aisle. I was reading an article on joincake.com, and they were just giving some more ideas for themed funerals, and I wanted to read a few of their suggestions.
Oh, God, let's hear it.
They said you could have an arty party.
What is that?
I don't know. Some of them I'm like, oh, I guess that's cool. And some of them are like, oh, I don't know. An increasing number of businesses are popping up that create a space for people to create art. They're basically saying, like, you know, those like sip and paint nights?
Funeral entertainment.
Yeah, they're saying, like, you could have a sip and paint at your funeral. Like, if the deceased person enjoyed creating art, you can set up an interactive memorial service at a place like this. If the deceased had a favorite flower or animal, you could ask that the lesson involve painting one of those. Then mourners will get to take home a tangible reminder of the deceased. It's like interesting, but I'm like, how does that actually work? Like, imagine trying to like explain to a group of mourning people, like, come on.
Yeah.
You got to clean your paintbrushes over here. I'm like, what if they were like throwing clay or something? And it's like,
God. Color me mine.
They recommended a writing group. Some people love to spin a yarn. If your deceased loved one loved telling a good story, you can collect stories about them in their honor. And I actually thought this was cool. It says invite family and friends over for a celebration of life service and ask them to bring a story about the deceased. They can type it out and bring it with them to share aloud, but ask them to leave a copy with you, then bind all of the stories together.
Oh, I like that.
You can also... Am I going to cry?
Are you going to cry?
You can also include stories from people that were unable to attend in person. Once you've bound the stories in a book, you can share it with the deceased's family. You can also give a copy of the book to everyone who contributed a story. It's a great way to discover new things about a lost loved one, which I think that one's really cool.
A book of life.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And how special. That's something that you would like pass down in generations.
Absolutely.
Really cool. And then they were saying garden party, which they said flowers are often a focal point at a funeral or memorial service. Instead of spending a fortune on bringing flowers in, you can bring people to the flowers. Organize a memorial service at a local public park or botanical garden. Guests can dress in floral-themed finery and enjoy a beautiful day surrounded by blossoms.
Oh.
This one was a little wackier. It says, if your loved one was an aspiring filmmaker, which feels very specific,
okay,
a movie-themed funeral is a lovely tribute. You can rent out an independent local theater and host a private party, invite friends, family, and even classmates. You can put together a memorial slideshow to show before the movie. Then, if the deceased ever made a short film, you can screen it for the audience.
Oh, that's sad. He never made it big, but
here you go.
There you go.
And so those were some of their many ideas that they had. Mm-hmm. Some of them I'm just like, okay, no one's going to do that, okay? Mm-hmm. Pack it up. But I came across a lot of wacky ones. Some of the strongest themed funerals were ones that you've talked about in the past with extreme embalming, which the garden party even kind of reminds me of. Like,
of that one, yeah.
Like people just... I don't know. You can hear it if you listen to the OBITCH live from Irvine or whatever that we did. Or whatever that thing we did. And you talked about some in there. But I have one more that I have to share. There's a whole ass business dedicated to Disney funerals.
No.
Called magicalpassings.com.
No.
Yes, bitch.
Bitch, what?
On their website, it says, the circle of life. Now you can be part of the story. You've spent your life spreading your love of the mouse, and now you can take it with you.
Spreading the love of the mouse.
Magical Passings is your one-stop shop to keep the magic alive when you're not. We specialize in customized and themed end-of-life experiences for you and your loved ones. Disney funerals, the way Walt would have wanted them.
No, listen. If Disney themselves... this was a Disney accredited company, Disney can fucking do shit right with a theme.
Are you
then I would be all
third
for
party?
It. I don't love a third party.
You're gonna get like a scary looking like Tinkerbell. That's like, or like one of the ones on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yes.
They say we work with local funeral homes in your area, and at your request, we will reach out to the funeral home of your choice and discuss your requested circle of life arrangements. In the event your chosen venue will not agree with our requirements, we will work with you to find a service and solution. In the end, it's all about the memories. Remember the melodies. Music is such an important part of one's life. Oh, just imagine this singing like... and you paint with all the colors of the wind.
The only thing I think of is like a child, which...
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
I'm thinking Disney adult.
I'm thinking Disney adult too. Yeah.
There's a thing that said, the kiss goodbye. Saying goodbye is never easy. It's all part of the great circle of life. When the time comes and the service comes to a close, it is ended with a simple kiss goodbye. The final kiss can be performed open or closed casket. For the younger attendees, this process tends to bring a bit of joy into an often confusing period for them.
What does that mean?
You kiss grandma
on the lips?
On the lips? Oh.
What's the kiss goodbye?
God. These people belong in prison.
Oh my God. What is the kiss goodbye?
Well, basically, what this sounds like is their favorite mouse or other character will be there for them to comfort them in the time of need. So you go up and kiss the casket or whatever, and then, the character's there. If opted, the ceremony could be followed by a photograph session and autographs to commemorate the experience. Which I got Mickey Mouse's autograph at
Aunt Judy's Sunday's funeral.
I still had a lot of questions, and I wanted to read. I love reading like the FAQ, the frequently asked questions.
Yes.
Things on websites. Well, first of all, look at her.
Oh, Lord.
It says, at this time in the process, there are many questions. We try and answer as many as possible, blah, blah, blah. What characters can attend the service? It says, due to our licensing agreement with the National Talent Agency, we are not allowed to list the characters on our website.
Okay.
Exclusive. But I can tell you, the Fab Five are available.
Who are they?
Who is they? Okay, well, let's think about it. We got Mickey, Minnie, Donald Duck, Goofy.
And
Daisy Duck.
I'm thinking Disney princesses.
You're thinking Nickelodeon.
No, I'm not thinking
like,
Nickelodeon.
Is Dan Schneider going to appear at this?
No, I'm thinking Disney princesses.
They said are available as some of the inhabitants of certain woods. Is that the dwarves?
Snow White?
And a blue space alien.
Who's that, Pluto?
No, fucking... When has Pluto been blue? Name one time.
Who's Pluto?
Name one time Pluto was blue.
Who is
Goofy's
Pluto?
dog. The yellow dog.
Yeah, okay.
Blue space alien, I think it's the Stitch.
Oh.
So if you want him at the funeral, they ask about pricing, and it says, as with any end-of-life arrangements, prices depend on the package you choose. They range from $250 and up. Our Princess Farewell and Pirate Voyage packages, that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Run from $5,000 to $15,000 depending on the options you choose. I mean, if it's an extravagant thing, funerals are fucking expensive in the first place. 15 grand doesn't sound that crazy to me.
I just need to know how many hours, what does the costume look like? All the princesses are showing up.
So we got an Amazon costume, or do we got like a good, like legit? They said, apparently this is a frequently asked question. Can music be played inside the casket? This request is more frequent than you think, but the answer has two parts. Yes, we can play music inside the casket. Many times, theme park loops are requested from the beloved loved ones.
Oh.
A small MP3 player is added to the casket and small speakers are installed.
And it's embedded into the loved one's body.
Up their ass. We wire it behind their jaw before they suture the teeth shut.
Oh my God.
Oh, here, what is a kiss goodbye? After the final respects are made and before the casket is closed, one of the characters you hired will give your loved one, a final kiss goodbye. No.
Okay.
Imagine fucking Goofy's like...
Imagine signing up for that job thinking that you're going to go to a funeral and you're kissing corpses.
You're kissing like a 40-year-old man on the lips dressed as Goofy?
Sign me up.
Says, do we offer refunds? No.
No, absolutely not.
You signed up.
You kiss him on the... Oh, my God.
The more you know. So, yeah, I mean, who would have known? Now we know about magicalpassings.com. Listen, we're not judging. Do you? If this sounds like the right thing for you, do it.
No, you know what? Listen.
And we love Disneyland.
Oh, I love Disneyland. But I'm going to put myself into that headspace, that mind space right now. I'm at a funeral and it's just sad and it's whimsical and it's beautiful. And this person loved Mickey Mouse so much. Maybe they worked at Disney for 45 years at Big Thunder Railroad and they just dedicated their whole life to Disney. I could get teary-eyed thinking about Mickey giving a final farewell kiss. Do you know what I mean?
Plastic face.
Truly think about it.
She's trying to really convince
me. It does
me.
give me a little chills.
Well, I guess we know what's coming for your funeral. No. After that In-N-Out Hearst drive-thru, we're gonna have Lilo and Stitch lay one on you.
No. Who's your favorite Disney person?
My favorite Disney person? Well, shit. I mean, I'm a real classic guy. It'd probably be a Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, same. I don't know.
I like Donald Duck. I like his attitude. He's like, fuck. He's just always mad.
Yeah.
I like them all. I like the mains.
Yeah.
I can't really think. I don't like the chipmunks.
Why?
Drama.
Why? What did they do?
I was little, like 2 or 3 years old. I... reached up and touched one of their noses, and my family was sitting with them, and they went, no, and left. And I was so like...
Wait, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that I was Snow White for a little kid's birthday once?
Yes. You've told me this before.
Have I shown you pictures?
Yes.
Full wig, full rented costume.
We'll post it.
I mean, sure.
Imagine now... You're like, that's what happens to you after the podcast ends.
Perfect.
You're like, you have to go or you get to go back to doing some children's parties? What character would you be now?
Ursula, honey.
I'll be the little fish that swims and just shut the fuck up.
A flounder.
Yeah. So listen, we're just giving you more options.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone has in your life has done a magical passing,
please.
Maybe we need to get that company on the show. Can we talk to them?
Well, all the shit we just talked, they're probably going to say, fuck you.
Oh, come on. We're just pulling your leg.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Some themed funeral options.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're
welcome.
That was
wonderful. That was magical.
Oh, and now we're going to pass on to obituaries.
Let's do it. I have a woman who I just found her on an obituary website. Loved her obituary.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
Okay, sue me.
Okay. Why are you fucking at me?
What I like.
Okay.
All right.
Please, let's hear it. Prove it.
Just, it says, Marion, after a short battle with lung cancer.
Oh.
Born Marion Elizabeth in 1924 in Elwood City, PA. She married Tony Mazzano in 1946. They moved to Southern California in 1950. Marion definitely liked getting things her own way. She entered a room like she was Audrey Hepburn descending a curved stairway.
Ooh.
She would travel far and wide to find something different, whether it was a new style of food, an unusual flower, or a distinctive handbag. She was independent and capable. For over 50 years, she worked as a travel agent with World Travel. Her career allowed her to explore the world. Through her long-time participation in the Seroptimus and the Business and Professional Women's Foundation, she helped promote other women in the workplace. Preceded in death by her two brothers, a bunch of people. At Marion's request, there will be no service. No flowers, please. Remembrance can be made to the Seroptimus or a charity of your choice. Marion selected this poem to be included in her obituary. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight of a ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Don't do that. What? We're not at poetry night.
That's how people do it. It's a poem. I'm going to snap for her.
Okay, but I just I like the descriptors, okay?
I love it. And I love that she's like, I don't want a service. I don't want flowers.
I'm independent and capable.
Yes, and now listen to this poem where I compare myself to a diamond.
She's in denial. She is dead. Love her.
Oh, love it.
Who do you have?
A little different story from Mary Louisa Hayes over here. Okay. All right.
Give it to me.
So going back to earlier, it ties in with my side bitch. Death by misadventure, the actual definition.
God. I've been waiting.
It says a related phrasing may be more commonly used, death by misadventure. This is a coroner's term that originated in the UK to describe a death due to risk willingly occurred, a preventable death. So I think it could be referred to as people who have died by suicide or people who put themselves at risk.
Okay.
And it leads to their death.
Okay.
Well, listen to this. Headline: Fell down 2 stairs, killed.
Oh my God.
Misadventure was the verdict returned at a Warrington inquest today on Mary Louisa Hayes, aged 75 of Cross Lane, Earlstown, who died in the Borough General Hospital on Wednesday. On July 3rd, she was coming downstairs and slipped 2 stairs from the bottom, fracturing her right leg. Death was due to myocardial failure due to the accident.
Oh no.
So...
is that misadventure?
That's, I guess, it's not an adventure. It's a misadventure.
It's a misstep.
The misadventures of Mary Louisa. May she rest in peace.
Rest in peace, girlie.
That's also a little
you
embarrassing.
knew the risk.
2-stair fall.
You knew the risk of walking down the stairs.
Yes.
And you still took it.
Mary Louisa, we're not judging you. But
no.
Were you using the handrail?
Okay. Well.
Blunt and old.
Yes.
Well, we've spun in our
We're blunt and old, and we gotta go.
Yeah, we're blunt and old, and yeah, we gotta go. We've spun in our coffins.
We've bitched our obituaries.
I guess that means there's like one more thing to do, dude.
Like what?
It's time for some dumb
ass
Criminals. Let's do it. Who you got?
Okay, we have got one sent in by a Geoff named Phoebe. She says, hello, Madison and Spencer. My name is Phoebe. And
hello, Phoebe.
And boy, do I have a fantastic dumbass criminal story to share with you. This story is about a disgruntled Augusta, Maine man who unleashed blank. I'm not even going to say it because I'm going to read you the article. I figure this is the type of story you would enjoy and the Geoffs would as well. So she sent me from centralmaine.com the story. A reportedly disgruntled man slammed a cup full of live bed bugs
oh no
on a counter Friday afternoon inside Augusta City Center, causing all the bugs to come out of the cup and into the office while also promoting the building's abrupt closure for the rest of the day.
Oh my God, not the release of the bed bugs.
One or more of the bugs landed on a city employee in the general assistant's office space, and city manager William Briggio said action was taken to try to contain and recapture all 100 or so bugs.
What are they going around counting?
What?
Counting.
Counting.
Yeah, that's when you count with attitude.
City Center, which houses the city's municipal offices, closed shortly after the incident, and later Friday, a pest control contractor was in the building spraying to try to kill any remaining bed bugs. Briggio said the entire facility was closed as a precaution, especially because the man might have been to other parts of the building, in addition to the general assistant's office area.
Like, that might not be his first cup.
I know. Where did he get them from?
Oh my God, I don't know.
God. Briggio said Augusta police were called immediately and located the man. He signed a criminal complaint and trespass orders against him, and he anticipated the man, whose identity was not immediately available Friday afternoon, would be charged with a crime. Sergeant Christopher Shaw said Friday evening police were still working on the case and still deciding what, if any, charges would be filed. He declined to provide further detail. The man came into the general assistant's office and asked for a form to request assistance, but was told by the city staff he did not qualify. He whipped out a cup full of live bugs.
Oh, he was ready.
Slammed it on the counter and bam, off they flew, maybe 100 of them.
Oh, shit.
The bugs started moving and spreading out.
That's malicious.
I know. But also in this article, it says a bedbug detector dog service is expected to come to the building Monday morning.
Oh, that sounds dramatic.
To look for bedbugs.
I didn't know they could do that.
I know. So, dumb.
Dumb.
But you know what? I don't know. I'm like, okay.
So you're telling us you want to kiss Mickey Mouse. You want to throw bed bugs at people. What else are we learning about you, Madison?
It's not the worst thing. Oh, don't put him in jail. Talk about stupid.
Let him go.
He's creative.
Free our man, Bedbug Ben.
Bedbug Billy.
Oh my
God. Who do you have?
Well, this might be one of the dumbest criminals yet.
Okay.
Listen to this. So back in October, this 27-year-old woman named Zaima Johnson from Jersey City had finally secured herself a job interview. She'd previously worked as a postal worker, but after leaving the postal company, she was in desperate need of finding her next gig. So she sends in her paperwork to apply for a position as a security guard at a law enforcement agency with the Hudson County Sheriff's Office. She gets a call back for an interview, and when she arrived, they immediately placed her under arrest because it turns out she had been on the run for a while for fraud.
Oh no.
And when she showed up for the interview, she was in possession of 2 stolen credit cards when they arrested her. In addition to the fraud charges, she was wanted on 10 bench warrants for failure to appear in court for traffic charges. I'm like, ma'am, if you're on the run, if you're living life on the lam, babe, the last place you should be applying for is a job in law enforcement, you dumbass.
You don't think they do severe background checks?
Well, I don't know.
Well, who knows?
I think it depends on the title, but we're declaring her a dumbass. Don't forget to send our... We just show up at our P.O. box next week and there's like 10 gavels in there. I hope so.
I hope so.
We'll donate some of them.
Yes.
You know what every donation center is always asking for is gavels.
You know what?
Uh-huh.
Justice
is served. And that's cunting. All right. Well, we gotta go. Okay. We gotta wrap it up. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, you can follow along online at Obituary Pod on Instagram and Twitter.
At Obituary Podcast on TikTok.
Which we're always uploading content.
Yes. At this point, we will be.
Okay.
And what else? Write to us at obitpod@gmail.com.
Send gavels to our P.O. Box at P.O. Box 18149, Long Beach, California, 90807.
Okay.
You can also book a fucking cameo if you want to. That's it for this week, motherfuckers. We'll see you next week. More coffin spinners.
Oh, bitch, you fucking worries.
I am dumb.
Ass.
Criminal.